Hi, this is Christy with Cultivating Calm, and I wanted to just bring some tips and tools to help you stay calm during this holiday season. Now, sometimes it doesn't even have to be that you celebrate the holidays or not. We can feel depressed, alone, isolated, stressed, worried. If you have felt like that at any time in your life, this is a great video to watch. So, I'm going to talk about different personality traits. They do relate to different elements that I work with, but it's easiest to best understand by description of each of us. And we do have all of these, so there's no wrong answer. Whatever's calling to you, I say go with it. So, the first thing I want to talk a little bit about is, do you have the personality type that is like a list taker? You write down, you may be like, the pros and cons of this. Things are black and white, that there is no gray. If that's you, when you are stressed and in certain times of stress, what I suggest is that you walk by the water, you take a shower, you take a bath, okay? You even being really conscious of how we're drinking water and how much water we're drinking. So if you're the kind of person that is like a list taker, I want you to think about like the great willow tree. Okay, the great willow tree actually is has very strong roots, but it's planted by the water, so it needs both the moisture of the water and the strength of the soil to stay balanced. So if you're one of those people that really don't see gray, you like things in this column or that column, you like things black or white, you're very organized and like a list taker, I want you just to think about when you're stressed to add water into your routine, that you can have a bath, and I want you to put the phone away. And I want you just to relax in the moment, breathing and relaxing within the bath, or as you're walking next to the water, just imagine that the water is bringing you back to balance. And really, then you have both the combination of that strength of the earth, the dryness of the earth, the strength of the woods around you, and the balance of the water. Next, I want to talk a little bit about people that are like their mind is going 50 miles an hour, okay? You may be so creative, you have lots of things on your agenda. Sometimes it can feel like you can't concentrate. You are going from like one thing to the next, but attention to things, it's just like you may get a little sidetracked at some times, okay? These are great, creative, innovative people. And I want you just to think about that while your head is so busy and so is always going, in times of stress, in times of feeling alone, I want you to ground your feet and imagine your feet have roots and they're rooting into the ground. Okay? So it's like bringing in that balance of earth and sky, right? So when we have so much energy and creativity and things in our minds going, I want you to really plant your feet and imagine that then you now have the balance of the earth and the sky, okay? And so what's really interesting is that when we feel alone or we feel depressed or we feel overwhelmed, right? I want you to really bring in some of nature into what we're doing. Like, I love to walk in the forest. It's very grounding for me. But if that's distracting, I want you to sit in a still place. And I know that if your mind is going 50 million miles around, just like around you, I want you to stop, sit down, take some really deep breaths, ground yourself into the earth, and really bring in the balance of the earth and the sky. And I want you to imagine all of the stress, all of the worry, all of the chaos that maybe is surrounding you, that I want you to just to imagine as you're growing those roots in your feet, that all of that stress is going out the bottom of your feet. And as you take a breath, it's going to help calm you down. And I want, if you're stressed, depressed, worried, I want all of that just to go out the bottom of your feet, okay? And what I would like you to replace it with is like calmness, okay? It could be the great wind of the forest that is just lightly bringing a breeze to you. It could be that it's just the smell of the forest, okay? Just bringing that earth to you and bringing the calmness to you. So whatever calmness, I want you just to bring that into your whole system, from your head to your feet. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the people that are very emotional. Where sometimes when it's like one more thing is added to your plate, then you feel like you're drowning in all the emotions, okay? And so that feeling of like being waterlogged or over stressed with all of these emotions that's in, I really want you to think about what brings you passion, what ignites this fire within you, because some of that fire, some of that brilliance of what really are your passions is going to help dry up some of those emotions, okay? It's going to bring balance to the water. We're going to feed it with a little bit of fire, which in return is your passions, is your creativity, is the things that really make your heart so happy. So if you've forgotten what those things were, I want you to think back to when you were a kid and what really made you so happy. What were those things that made you laugh, like with the belly laugh? What made you like sing, dance, spin around? I mean, those were the things that made me happy as a kid, but it may not have been you. Riding my bike around the neighborhood and imagining all these great things was something I loved to do as a child. So thinking about how you can, bring some of that dance, song, creativity, right? So it could be drawing, painting, acting, laughing, singing, whatever makes your heart happy. Do that, and it's really going to help balance out some of those emotions. Now, I know when we feel like we're drowning in emotion, that we don't really want to be like, oh yeah, that's really what I want to do, is focus on my passions. But I promise you that as you start focusing on that, it's going to help dry up some of those emotions around you. Okay? So it's really going to bring a spark to your day. It's really going to change a focus of what we're thinking about and what we're ruminating on. Okay, so focus on some of those passions, then it helps dry up some of those emotions. Next, I want to talk a little bit about those people that, we all have those friends that are the people that you want to like see at a party. They bring like the party alive. They're just so exciting. They're just like, oh, they can stand up in front of anybody and like talk as much as they want. And like you really are drawn to what they have to say. So I want you to think about if you're one of those people, if you are like the life of the party, if you are really, it's like, you can belt out a song and it's fabulous and it's like, oh, I get everything you do, right? It's like you have 10 million projects going and you're just flying all around and just like, whoa, things are so busy in your life. I want you to think about this. If you're one of these people and then you're feeling stressed, right? So we get burnt out really easy because if we don't have something that keeps us fueled, that keeps us grounded, that keeps us really connected. Okay, so I want you to think about some of those different ways that really bring you into some quiet to refuel you. does that mean that it's something where it's like, I am taking 10 minutes out in the morning to sit in quiet, to regenerate and refuel that inner fire within me? Does that mean that I'm like walking out in nature by the beach, that it's really that ocean that is bringing me some peace and calm before I go out and ignite the world with my enthusiasm and my personality? Okay, is it that what is it that's going to refuel you? And that's what you need to do to really bring yourself back into balance and to help you during these times when we're stressed and worried, is that we have to bring balance, okay, to that energy that we're, right, igniting out into the world, that we have to stay fueled within. And so when you give some things to you, and maybe it's sitting down reading a great book, maybe it's that it's like turning off this, right? Maybe it's like listening to a great audible that really serves your soul, that feeds your heart and those things within you. But you need to refill you so that you can then, right, ignite the world, which I give all the props to everybody that can do that. And the last one I want to talk about is really the people that are, they serve others. They are the friends that are there to help you. They nurture, if you're the kind of person that like loves to decorate your home, and it's like you really nurture the place that you live, and you love just giving to others. And it may be that you love nature, where you're growing and having a garden or flowers or plants around you. So what is it, right, in that nurturing kind of personality? And I really want you to think about this. So is it in these times when we're stressed and worried, is it that you're missing your passion? Because if you are, I want you to really think about what ignites your passions. And I want you to do that. Is it that you're feeling like mundane? Nothing's new or exciting. Okay, that also can be like your passions, right? Does it feel like you need some more flow in your life? Then I want you to go to the water and bring in really those things of, I'm going to have this time of self-care where I'm not giving to others, but I'm going to give to myself. So is that taking a nice bath, walking by the water? This personality type, it can do any one of the things that I've said. It can be walking in the forest, walking by the water. It can be taking a bath, taking a shower. It can be, how do we refuel ourselves, right? How can we ignite our passions? So it's interesting because this element, this personality type, it really, you have to decide what is it that you're needing to feel grounded, rooted, and stable, and not stuck and spinning. So not buried, right? You don't want to root in so much that you are like missing the life around you, right? So it's like, get out, see new and different things. And it can be even like changing the way you drive home, right? It can be the fact of like, oh, today I am going to do something completely different that I haven't done this whole time, that I've started this new routine or whatever it is. So I want you just to think about what you're needing and how that you can feel better. Now, I want to just end with a couple other tools and tips for those of you that are feeling depressed and feeling like you really need just some time right now. So, and you're like, I don't know, I can't like lift this fog. So one tool that you can do is, I want you to start on the left side. And of course I'm filming, right? So it'll look opposite, but you stick one finger in here, right? And you're going to stick one finger here and you're going to touch it. I'm just like, I am removing all worry from this finger to this finger. I want you to take a deep breath. I'm removing all worry and depression from this finger to this finger. Take a deep breath. Now we have meridians that are here. And so you think about all those things, like the fog of depression, the worry that ruminates in our heads, it gets stuck here. So we're opening up those meridians so that energy flow can flow through. I also, another thing that's really imperative is like if you have anxiety, right? And so it's like we shallow breathe here. And during this time of worry, stress, or aloneness, sometimes that can happen. And so a meridian that you can open up is you take your left hand and you're going to put it in your armpit, and then one under your rib, and you connect your fingers together and like, I'm removing all anxiety from this hand to this hand. You're going to go to the other side, and it's like right under the armpit, right under the rib. Connect your hands. I'm removing all anxiety from this hand to this hand. Now I want you to take a deep breath. I want you just to think about the flow of energy coming through your body, remembering to deep breathe all the way down to your seat and exhale. And this can really be tools and tips that can help you during the holiday season to feel more grounded, rooted, and balanced so that you can bring some calmness, happiness, and passion back to your life. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day and amazing weeks, and I will talk to you very soon.